We'll discuss about enterprise structure team, very, very important topic. So you must have received a new demo instance. Kindly check in your portal. The new latest demo instance URL is dev55. Please check under lab section. Okay, someone was asking a question on the Zoom chat about the instance. Okay, so the latest instance provided in the lab section under the learning portal. It's dev55. Okay.
Got it, Krishna.
Let me show you the URL in case if you want. The user ID and password you can pick up from the learning portal. I'll show you the ID and password, the URL. This is the URL. I call this as a dev55 instance, okay? This is the URL. For user ID and password, again, I'm repeating, please pick up from the lab section.
Okay.
So enterprise structure, nothing but company structure. So where is the company headquarter and the company is into how many businesses? And the company is having how many manufacturing plant or retail plants or how many warehouses and how many regional branches. Okay, all of them we have to identify and we have to create in the application, which is called as the enterprise structure. The first entity is nothing but enterprise. This is the headquarter of the company. This is the headquarter of the company. Okay, suppose example, if you take our Oracle itself, Oracle Corporation. Oracle Corporation is a headquarter. Tata, Reliance, GE. So those are nothing but enterprises. So they're into multiple line of businesses. They're into multiple line of business. So they're into constructions, pharma, retail industry, petrol, and entertainment, hospitality, telecommunication. They're into different industries. That is nothing but divisions. So for the client, for which client we are implementing Oracle Fusion application, what is the headquarter of that client? The client is into how many line of businesses? The division is nothing but client is into how many line of businesses. And what is a company ledger? So basically the ledger is nothing but a company financial information. All the financial transactions are happening in the company that is posted to the ledger book. That is posted to the ledger book. First is the enterprise. And next is the divisions. And next we are talking about the ledger. So as I mentioned, this is the headquarter of the company and divisions are nothing but companies into how many businesses, how many line of businesses the company is into and ledger. Okay, suppose example, so ledger is nothing but all the company financial transactions are posted to the ledger book. All the company financial transactions are posted to the ledger book. Okay, suppose you are into, let's take an example. You are into two line of businesses. You are into constructions and you are into pharma. How many ledgers we should maintain? How many ledgers we have to maintain?
Two.
Why two?
I think ledger will be only one, right?
Why two? What is the reason?
Two different companies.
I'm talking about ledgers. So if you're into two different businesses, you are into two different businesses, how many ledgers are required? Single ledgers, or here two businesses, two ledgers are required?
It
We need
depends
One
on
ledger.
depends on the currency, right? Currency, chart of accounts, all those three criteria.
I'll come to that, sir. Okay, I'm explaining from simple to advanced level, Ash. Okay.
Okay.
If I start
Okay.
talking about chart of account, freshers and non-IT or non-ERP people are not aware of it. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
I'm explaining in a business language. Okay. So basically, you're having two businesses. Okay. So if you're maintaining single ledger, what will happen? So this business transactions are posted to this ledger. This business transactions are posted to this ledger. Suppose you are into one more business. You are into retail also. You are into retail also. You are into telecommunications also. One ledger is okay. All these businesses are transactions are posted to this ledger. That's not actually correct, because you have to treat every business as separate, and you have to have separate profit and loss, P&L account separately, right? You'll have a P&L account mixing all these businesses. What is P&L? Profit and loss. Profit and loss. Okay. So that means you should have a separate ledgers, right? Separate ledgers or not?
Yes, we should.
We should have separate ledgers. We need to maintain all these transactions separately, all the financial transactions. Okay. So I'm creating separate ledgers. Okay. Suppose example, you are into, and this is one criteria, and one more criteria is, suppose you are into two line of businesses only. Suppose you are into constructions. You are doing constructions in India, and you're also having constructions company in US also. And you're also having pharma company in US, or India pharma company. Let's take US pharma company. Okay. In this case, how many ledgers are required?
4 ledgers, depending on currency and line of business.
Yeah, so that's correct. Depending upon the currency and depending upon the line of business, you need 4 ledgers, because here for India construction company, India ledger, right? So under India ledger, we post all the financial transactions under India currency. We post all the financial transactions under India currency. So Indian construction company transactions are posted to India ledger in which currency? INR currency. So here all the financial transaction that is displayed are posted in the INR currency. Okay. For US a construction company, US ledger, right? US constructions ledger. The transactions are posted under which currency?
USD.
US dollar. Understood? So ledger is separately required when your currency is different and when your line of business is different. Clear, team?
Yes.
Yes.
Freshers and
Yes.
beginners.
Yes.
India pharma ledger, and here US pharma ledger. For US dollar. So if your currency is different and if your line of business is different, then you have to create separate ledgers for it. Okay. Now you're having operation. You're into actually two line of businesses. What are those? Constructions and pharma. And you are into which countries? India and US. Okay, let's talk about legal entity also. Legal entity. Just by taking a construction company registration in India, can I operate in US? Just by taking construction company registration in India, can I operate in US?
Oh,
No.
I should take a registration. I should register my company in US also, right?
Yes.
Okay, similarly, pharma also, just by taking construction business registration, can I operate pharma business? No.
No.
I should also take a separate registration for pharma also. So how many legal entities are required here? In this situation, how many legal entities are required
Four.
here? How
Two.
many legal companies are required?
4 entities.
4 legal companies. Okay. So in India may be like this. India Constructions Private Limited. Okay. In US Constructions, something called LLC. They use in India we use private limited, right? In US they use LLC or they use corporation. Okay. And you must have seen some company names ends with INC Limited, Inc. Limited. Okay. So you should have registrations in okay. As of now, clear, any questions? Okay. I'm more worried about non-IT and non-ERP background students. Those who are already working on ERP, they can able to easily understand my explanation. I'm more worried about you team. Okay. I request you to please respond to me when I say you are clear or not. If you respond, I can confidently, proceed with the next topic without any wasting of the time by repeating one more time. Okay.
Okay.
Next thing is the business unit. Okay, we are done till here. The first two I have highlighted in yellow and next two I have highlighted in green color. The first two I have highlighted in yellow. It's because in real time, it is the responsibility of HR consultant. In real time, it is the responsibility of HR consultant. HR consultant will take care of creation and maintenance of these two entities in real time. HR consultant is going to configure enterprise and he's going to maintain and manage the enterprise related stuff. Similarly with the division also. Okay, coming to ledger and legal entity, it's a finance stuff. It's a finance stuff, ledger and legal entity. Okay, in real time, it is created and maintained and managed by the financial consultants. Okay, not by us. But we should have some understanding on what is ledger and what is legal entity, what is division and what is enterprise. That is the reason I'm explaining from top to bottom. Okay. So some people, they will be explaining from business unit only, but we should have a idea on the connected areas also. Okay. The supply chain is connected with other modules also. We should have some common understanding, basic knowledge on the connected areas. Okay. Next, the blue color thing is the supply chain thing. Okay. So we are responsible for it. So first we'll discuss about business unit. Okay. The business unit in a business language. Okay, if I explain in a business language about business unit you can consider it as a regional headquarter. Regional headquarter. So business unit is holding sales. I mean, at the business unit level, you create sales orders and then purchase orders and invoices, and you'll make the payments to the suppliers, or you'll receive the payment from your customers. Okay, so these transactions we perform from the business unit level. Okay, I'm talking about sales, right? By taking sales an example, I would like to explain more about the business unit part. Okay, suppose if you take this company, suppose we have India Construction Company. We have India Construction Company. Suppose if you receive a sales order, you book that sales order under India Construction Business Unit, right? You book that sales order under, suppose you received a sales order from India customer, and you'll be executing the project in India itself. So that sales order you're going to book under which business unit? India Construction Business Unit, correct? Because the BU level, we are maintaining the sales, right? We are maintaining the sales orders, purchase orders, invoices and payments, and the receipts from the customers. Receipts from the customers. Okay. So you received a order from India customer and you are executing that project also in India only. So you'll be working under India construction BU or you'll be working under US construction BU, that order.
India.
India.
India
Okay.
construction.
Suppose your client requirement is not at India level. I would like to track my sales like this. Okay. I would like to track like this, like South BU, North BU. Understood? I would like to track my sales separately, south side and north side. In that case, you end up in creating how many business units per country. For India country, we created how many BUs here?
BUs. Business.
Two. Why we have two? Because we want to track sales separately. We want to track sales separately. Similarly, we'll also track the other things also separately for the south region and for the north region. Okay, that's why the business unit in a business language, I'm calling it as a regional headquarter. Regional headquarter, south region and north region in a business language. Okay, but Oracle technical terminology is business unit. Technical terminology is business unit. Okay, at the BU level, we actually perform all these transactions, and how many business units are required. Again, it depends upon how the client wants to track the sales. Okay, if the client wants to track the sales, at the country level, then we can create one BU itself. India constructions BU and US constructions BU. Okay, and India pharma BU and US pharma BU. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you repeat, please?
Okay, so this is equivalent to the operating unit in EBS. EBS folks. The
Okay.
consultants,
Could you repeat the last?
the consultants who are working on Oracle EBS. So business unit is nothing but it's called as an operating unit in EBS. Okay. So maybe you'll be getting 80% of the clarity on the business unit. Okay, remaining 20% of the clarity you'll gain once we started practically configuring and then using this particular entity in the application. Okay, so with this 80% knowledge, we are able to confidently proceed with the next topic. Next is the master organization, item master organization. Okay, before. So suppose if you take TechLeads IT, my company. So I have a branch in, so inventory org is basically a technical term. Inventory org is a technical term. If you ask me the business term, branch or outlet or manufacturing plant. So these are the business terminologies for the inventory org. These are the business terminologies. Okay. So TechLeads IT, we are not into manufacturing. Okay. So we are into services, we are into trainings. So I have a branch in Hyderabad and I have a branch in Bangalore and I have a branch in Chennai. And let's take, I have a branch in Delhi also. I have a branch in Bombay. Let's take like that. Okay. I'm offering a supply chain course, right? I'm offering supply chain course in Hyderabad. So supply chain product, because for TechLeads IT, what are the products? What are my items? My items are nothing but my courses, supply chain course, and I'm selling courses to my customers. Supply chain, financials, technical, HR, WMS, okay, global transportation management, OTM, Oracle transportation management. Okay, all these courses I'm selling to my students. My students are nothing but my customers. Okay, I have all these branches. Okay, so in this branch, in Hyderabad branch, I'm delivering supply chain course. Chennai also, but Delhi I'm not. Okay, but Bombay I'm delivering supply chain course. Let's take an example. So the item, the product. Okay, how many times I have to create? Here I have to create once, and here also I have to create once, and here also I have created once, and here also. Okay. Suppose if you take other course also, suppose finance, I'm not offering here, and I'm offering here, and I'm offering here, and I'm not offering here. Again, finance also, I'm creating in this inventory org. Again, finance also I'm creating under Chennai inventory org, and finance product, finance item, I'm creating under Delhi inventory organization also. So basically, this is a duplication. This is a duplication because the same product, same item, you are creating under multiple inventory ordinations, that is resulting in the duplication. Okay, data redundancy. As per the database normalization form, I think first normal form, we have to avoid the redundancy in the database. We should not create multiple records. Redundancy we should avoid. Okay, that is the reason Oracle has given a concept called item master ordination. See the name? See the name item master ordination. We manage all the items under this org. Okay, this is called as a logical org. Why I'm calling it as a logical org? The reason is because I'm talking about inventory ordinations, right? These inventory ordinations are physically present. These are physical locations. These are physical entities. But this particular entity is logical ordination because we only create in the application. We only create in the application. It is not existing physically. It is not existing physically. Okay, we only create in the application. This one item master ordination, the logical org. Okay. Now here I'm creating the master org, right? So under my master ordination, I'm going to create all my products. Okay. Let me show you how I do it. I'm going to create my supply chain product under this org once. Okay. I'll create once here and I'm offering in Hyderabad. Yes. I will enable it. I don't create again. I don't create. Okay. So I will assign to Hyderabad org. Okay. I will assign to Bangalore org. I'm offering in Chennai. Yes. I'm not offering in Delhi. No. Not offering in Bombay. No. Suppose let us take finance course also. Finance product also. I'm going to create first in the master ordination, and here I'm not going to create. I will just simply assign. If I'm offering, I'm not offering here. No, I'm offering here. Yes. Finance course. And in Chennai, I'm not offering. In Delhi, I'm not offering. In Bombay, again, I'm offering. Okay. So we are creating all our products under the master ordination only once. And those we are assigning to the inventory ordinations according to the situation if we are offering those particular products in those particular inventory ordinations. Understood?
Yes, Krishna sir.
Yes,
Yes.
Krishna.
Yes.
Next, I generally don't prefer to prepare the predefined PPTs because I would like to make things live. That's the reason I write it on my own in the notepad, and I'll try to grab your concentration if I'm typing and if I'm writing on the notepad. That's why I don't personally, I believe in explaining already prepared PPTs. So my main focus is to grab your intention. That is the reason I start typing in and then I highlight like this. Okay, so that your focus should not get diverted from the class. Because in case of online training, a lot of diversions are there. So being a student, if I am also sitting in your position also, I get diverted with multiple things. So thinking like a student, I take the classes. Next is sub-inventory. Sub-inventory is a technical terminology team or Oracle terminology, but business terminology is warehouse. Warehouse. So what is meant by warehouse? Where we maintain the stock, correct? So for tech lead side, do you think we need warehouses? No, because we do services. Okay, warehouses are not required. Suppose we are into goods also. Suppose we are selling goods. Okay, in that case, I need warehouses. So under Hyderabad org, I have warehouses in Amirpet. I have warehouse in Attic City. Okay, I have warehouse in Banjara Hills. Okay, I have warehouses in Hyderabad. Okay, you can create warehouse names with the place names. You can create warehouse names with the place names. Okay, or you can create warehouse names with the type of material that you are storing also. Under Hyderabad, I have RM, I have FG, I have a scrap warehouse. I can create sub inventories. I can create warehouses with the type of material also. So under this warehouse, what I'm going to store? I'm going to store all my raw materials. Okay. And under scrap, what I'm going to store? All my scrap thing I'm going to store under the scrap warehouse. So these sub inventories we create at the inventory org level. Okay. Suppose if you take Chennai, if you take Chennai, okay, so we have a warehouse in T Nagar, okay, we have warehouse in this area, okay, Karapakam, okay, so we have warehouses in Chennai also, okay, you can create with the place names, or again you can create with the type of material also, again RM, okay, and stores, okay, all the generic material I'm gonna, okay, we have a freezer here, freezer is a warehouse, we have a 10-degree freezer. In this warehouse also we maintain the stock, especially the pharma. For pharma, you need to maintain the freezers for all the medicines, okay, so you might be having different freezers with a different degrees of coolingness, okay, so freezer 10-degree, okay, freezer 2-degree, okay. So understood, team. Warehouse is nothing but where we are storing the stock, where we are maintaining the stock. These warehouses we create under every inventory org level. These warehouses, these sub-inventories names you can create with the place names, or you can create with the type of material that you are storing under that particular warehouse. Okay, but most uh, most famous and most usually pattern is creating the sub-inventory names with the type of material only instead of the place names. Okay.
What is the
Next
change in
concept
the
is
2D?
the final concept is locators. The final concept is locators. Okay. So what is locator? Okay, locator is basically the exact location of the product. Exact location of the stock in the warehouse. Okay. The best examples is so you see here, all these are the how you'll identify, where you stored the product. How you'll identify. Okay. So we can actually it depends upon the business. Okay, for pharma company, so these warehouse names that you are creating, it depends upon the client to client. Okay, so why you need freezers is nothing but if you are having a pharma company, you're going to store the medicines, right? The medicines you store under different freezers. Okay, one is 10-degree freezer and another one is 2-degree freezer. Understood. Just depends upon the client to client and industry. I have taken pharma as one of the line of business that we have. That's the reason I have taken these examples of freezers. You're good now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So locators, exact location of the item stock in the warehouse. Okay. So the another best examples for locators is if you go to any medical shop or Apollo or MedPlace, if you go to any medical shop. So once you ask for a product, they check in the system for two reasons. One is the product is available with them or not, and another reason is where that product is stored. Nothing but in which rack and in which box the product is stored. Okay, so that if any new employees joins in that medical shop, also the new employee need not to remember where the product is stored. He can simply check in the system. He can go to that particular row or particular rack or particular box he's gonna pick up. Okay, so not only that, in case of library also, if you go to any library, also, you can see, everything is organized and has gonna put in under one area, all the weekly related weekly magazines, daily magazines, and horror stories, novels. So they put they put in an organized way in some particular rows and some particular racks. Okay. So Oracle provided a, predefined location combination is row, rack, bin, and ISO. Okay, this is what Oracle provided combination, but we can create our own combinations also. Okay, so for our simple understanding, I generally explain this example in the classes: block, room, and floor. Okay, block, floor, and room. So this example is nothing but the product is stored under which block, the product is stored under which room, the product is stored under which floor. Suppose example, you created an item. Later in the application, you create an item. Suppose example, you have created an item called item A. Against item A, you entered block A, and room number you entered, room name number you entered a floor also. At the time of item creation, you entered this particular location. You entered this particular location. That means you are storing this product always under which block?
A block.
A,
A.
and 101 room and first floor. So this is easy recognition and identification, so that you know whenever you want a stock for this product, you're going to simply go to that particular area and you're going to pick up the stock for you. Okay. So this is a simple example that I explain in the classes for everybody to understand. So this is a combination which I assumed and I'm explaining in the classes, but this sort of combinations will be, you know, how the client is using in their environment, in their warehouse. These combinations you have to take from the client, you have to create in the application. You have to create in the application. This is what I assumed. But in real time, when you're interacting with the customer and client, so they might be having different classification of their warehouse. Okay. And this classification can be different from warehouse to warehouse also. Okay. Suppose for this warehouse, for RM warehouse. Okay. For RM warehouse, maybe you are using this classification. Okay. For FG warehouse, okay, maybe you can use this classification. From warehouse to warehouse, you can have a different classification altogether. Okay. Clear, team?
Yes, Krishna.
The warehouse can
Yes,
be
sir.
warehouse can be locator controlled and it cannot be. Suppose if you take an example, under Hyderabad, we have 3 warehouses. We have 3 sub-inventories. Out of 3 sub-inventories, we made 2 as a locator controlled here, because RM we made it as a locator controlled and FG we made it as a locator controlled. But what about scrap? Scrap is not locator controlled. So what I'm trying to say is a warehouse can be a locator controlled or it cannot be. Okay, RM and FG are warehouse or locator controlled, but whereas scrap is not warehouse controlled. Okay.
Okay.
And at the item level, if you maintain the location, at the item level, if you maintain the location, whenever you're trying to, suppose you ordered, you create a purchase order, and later your supplier is going to send the stock, right? After your supplier send you the stock, you have to receive the stock into the system. The moment when you enter the item to receive, automatically this location get defaulted automatically. In the system, whenever you are receiving the stock from your supplier because you ordered and you are receiving for this item, the moment you enter the item, automatically this location get defaulted. Okay.
So you need to give an item level or
We can maintain it item level. When you're defining the item, we can maintain the location for that particular item. Okay. So, this is the comparison team. Okay. So I'm comparing with Oracle EBS. Those who are not working on Oracle EBS, please ignore my comparison. Please ignore my this comparison is for the consultants who are already working on Oracle EBS. Okay. So here, if you see, the business group is replaced with the enterprise business group. Okay. So functional device, what is the difference if you ask me? In case of EBS, you can have multiple business groups, nothing but you can create multiple business groups. But in Fusion, you are allowed to create only one enterprise. In Fusion, you are allowed to create only one enterprise. You cannot able to create multiple enterprise, nothing but only one headquarter. Okay, here you can create multiple business groups. And coming to the division, there is no comparison with the division in case of EBS for this entity. These two are same. Ledger and legal entity same. No change. Functionality wise, slight changes are there. Legal entity no change at all, but ledger, some more additional balancing segments are given. I think three primary balancing segments are given in Fusion. Okay, and operating unit is replaced with the business unit. Operating unit is replaced with the business unit, and rest are all same. No change. Here I see a lot of changes here. Lot of change because operating unit got replaced with the business unit. Okay, so the main change is here. When you are defining the business unit, you are able to configure the functions of that particular business unit. Functions. I'm talking about this one. Okay. So those differences I will be covering. I can cover in today's session itself. We can discuss about the business unit capabilities in today's session itself. So far, any questions, team?
You take the screen little right to see the EBS.
Your voice is not clear. Your voice is not clear, Tejas.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but not clear your voice. Okay, next question, please. No questions? Good? Everyone good?
Krishna, Trimon here. I have one doubt.
Hmm.
So, as you mentioned that division wise, we can create a ledger, right? So, in case suppose the company wants to see the P&L business unit wise, then we need to create a ledger business unit wise, or how?
Business unit is going to become one of the segment under chart of account.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the business unit capabilities also in Fusion. Okay. I would like to open a small document for that. Okay, so this is the Google Drive access that you all people got. Okay, so if you go to the basics, under basics, right now we are talking about basics only, right? Because as per our Excel workbook, we are under which sheet? Basic sheet, correct? Okay, so that's why you have to refer to the basics folder under here. Under basics, for a lot of documents are there. Sir, which one you want me to refer? You have to refer this one. Do you see any PDF called first week document? First week document.
Yes, it is
Yes,
there.
yes. Above.
Just went up.
Called
This first
upcoming.
line. On the
Yeah, it-
first line. Yeah, below.
PDF. Let's look for PDF. This is Google Sheet. I'm trying to. Yeah, this one. Okay.
Yeah,
it's a
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So you refer to this document team, okay? So here user creation and roles part I have explained here, but topics could be, the sequence might be changing because in one batch, I'll follow one sequence, and in different batch, I'll follow different sequence on the concepts. Sequence here and there may be changing, but the topics, whatever I discussed so far, you'll find under first week document only. Like you see user category, how to create a user category, okay? And then how to create a user and how to set the password policy. How to create a user, this is the next topic, okay? I request all of you to please refer to this document. So this is about roles part, okay? And how to create a sandbox. And how to change the theme, okay? And how to connect to the database. This is how you connect to the database. Okay, so please refer to this document. And so the reason for having multiple documents is here is, suppose if you click on and if you select open with Google Docs, it's creating one more copy. It is creating one more copy under the same place. Okay, if everybody is opening like this, then unnecessarily it is creating multiple copies. That I'm not able to avoid, because you see here, this is a Google copy, Google Sheet. Okay. And again, this is also a Google Sheet. That's a problem. Okay. Students are opening in the Google Sheet. That's what's creating multiple copies under the same section. You see, this is also first week document. The same PDF opened in the Google Sheet multiple times, and it created multiple documents. Understood, team? Okay.
Yes, yes.
So how
Yeah.
do we avoid this, Krishna?
I don't know, sir. I don't know. Maybe I need to spend time to see whether I'm able to avoid it or not. But no confusion. I'll be explaining what documents you need to refer. Okay. So going forward also, if you're having any questions also, you can ask me. Okay. And one more thing regarding the daily Excel workbook that I'm using, that you'll find under a separate folder called daily SEM setups. Okay. You can refer to either of this. This is again a duplicate copy. You can refer to either of this, not a problem. Okay, the document which I'm currently daily using, okay, the Excel workbook. And again, I'm going back to the basics folder. I'm going back to the basics folder. And I want to open another PDF document here, which is called as enterprise structure. Which is called as an enterprise structure. I'm opening this PDF document. So whatever we are discussing today, okay, that will be configured in the coming classes. And this is the documentation for that. So refer to this document, okay? How to create an enterprise. How to create an enterprise. You can see the navigation also. Refer to this navigation as well, okay? Okay, team?
Yes, Krishna, sir.
Yeah. And
What
one
is
more.
the other folder, Krishna? And other than basics, what is the folder for the Excel sheet, daily Excel sheet?
Daily SEM setups. This one.
Thank you.
From the basics folder, I want to open one more PDF document. This one. Fusion enterprise structure. I want to show you one. This is a PPT of whatever we discussed. This is a PPT. But I request you to refer to my notepad and the video again. That is absolutely fine. Not required to go through this PPT professional English. We need concept. Okay, that concept I explained in the notepad. We don't need any professional English explanation. So here, totally how many business units you'll see?
Four.
Four. Okay. And each business unit has got some business functions if you observe.
Yes.
Okay. Suppose example, US is also not having procurement function. Suppose let's take an example. US is also not having procurement function. In that case, procurement function only exists under which BU?
UK.
Okay. That means from only UK, you are able to purchase the stock.
Yes.
You're able to purchase the stock only from the UK because only UK is having the procurement function. The remaining all are not having the procurement function. So India has to request UK for the stock and US has to request UK for the stock. And similarly, Australia also has to request UK for the stock. So UK is a centralized procurement service provider, correct?
Yes.
That we are able to achieve because of the functions. So in Fusion, different procurement models are there. Okay. One is centralized procurement. Currently, whatever we are talking is nothing but centralized procurement. Because by controlling the business functions, for India, for US, for Australia, we are not giving procurement. We are giving procurement function to only UK. Only UK. By controlling that, we are able to achieve the centralized procurement here. Okay. So what is decentralized?
So every business unit will have the procurement function.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So in case of decentralized, every procurement BU has the, what is the abbreviation for it? Every BU has procurement
Function enable.
Procurement function.
Here, only one BU. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And there is one more procurement model called global procurement. There is one more procurement called global procurement. In global procurement, I personally call this is my personal title, conditional based procurement. Okay. So here, every procurement BU has procurement function. Okay. But we identify the procurement BU based on the condition. Suppose example, let's take category. Let us take category as a condition. Okay. Category, if it is electronics, I would like to buy from USB. If it is electronic category, I would like to buy from USB. Okay. So if you written the condition like this, if it is Australia or if it is India or if it is UK, okay, all these three countries, if they want electronic product, electronic category of product, they has to buy from which business unit?
US.
So US is a procurement service provider for electronic category of items. So if any request from any of these entities, any of these three entities for electronic category of product, it has to be procured by US. Okay. So similarly for other category also, for any Any example for other category? Anything?
So
Any
parts,
category? Huh?
Automobile components.
Okay.
auto component.
So maybe automobile. Okay. I would like to buy from UK. I would like to automobile category. I would like to buy from UK. Okay. So if any request comes from US or India or Australia for automobile related products, category of products, it has to be purchased from which BU? UK. UK is the
Yeah.
procurement service provider. Okay. Category is one condition. Similarly, you can also configure condition based on the amount also. Based on the amount also you can configure. If any purchase more than 5,000 USD, if any purchase more than 5,000 USD, I want UK BU is my procurement service provider. This is also one more condition. So here I explained the condition based on the category. Here I'm talking about the condition based on the amount. Okay. So if any amount that is requested more than 5,000 US dollar, I have to buy from UK only. So UK is the procurement service provider. So here from Australia, from India, below 5,000 USD, they are able to buy. But above 5,000 USD, they has to always buy from UK only. Clear? So these sort of conditions we can create in the application. Like this 7 types of conditions we can create to achieve the conditional based procurement. 7 conditions are available. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So for every BU, we can configure the function of that BU in the application. That is a fantastic infusion. When I compare the operating unit functionality with, I'm comparing operating unit with business unit, right? In case of the business unit, in case of Fusion, we can configure the functions of the each BU. Okay, what is the purpose of that BU and what that BU is going to do in the application, that we can configure using the functions. Okay, clear?
Yes, Krishna sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Could you repeat again? Sorry.
So every business unit that we set up in the Fusion application, we can configure the functions of that. What that business unit going to do in the application, we can configure the functions. Okay.
Thank you.
So that we'll see, all these configurations, we start defining in the application from tomorrow onwards team. Okay. So these are all the setups which I'm going to perform in the application from starting to ending. So totally around 34 setups are there. Okay. It will take a minimum, next week it will take completely 5 hours it will take to configure all these entities. Next week, 5 hours minimum it will take, 5 to 6 hours. Next week completely on the enterprise structure setups only. Okay, I'll be defining from starting to ending. I want all of you to practice from starting to ending. Starting to ending is nothing but the yellow color. You can say is not HCM. Why we are we have to know and we have to understand the connected areas also, common areas also. That's the reason I'm going to create from starting to ending. Okay, we'll create ledger, we'll create legal entity, we'll create enterprise, we'll define everything from starting to ending. Okay, so that's all from my side for today. And if no questions, I'll see you tomorrow. And
Krishna, how do you access the Google Drive? Is there a link?
Basically, from your questions, what I'm understanding is you're not watched the previous class videos.
Yeah,
Okay.
I still have to cover the data in case we
Kindly
cover.
watch the previous class videos, okay? Because we already gone now with a weekend, okay? I hope you should have utilized that. So this is the website, okay? So if you click on the login button, you can enter your username and password. This is I'm explaining only for you, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Username and password and click on the login option. And after you click on the login option, you can see the course that you enrolled with us, right? Okay. So click on that course. Click on that course and you can play the videos from here. Okay. And the same thing, you can do it from the mobile app also. You can download mobile app also, you can watch the videos.
So I was referring to the Google Drive. I'm familiar with this one. I was just trying to do the Google Drive link.
I'm coming to that. Okay. If you click on the lab section, you'll see the Google Drive link. Okay. And also you'll see the application access also for practice under the lab
Thanks.
section. Okay. Okay, team. See you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Yes, Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna.